All right, so today we're going to be diving into the spiritual seek and all of their personality tests.
Oh, cool.
You know those, right?
Yeah.
You're probably thinking, okay, another personality test, what's the big deal? But
Right.
trust me, these tests, they just have a different vibe.
Yeah.
We've actually spent quite a bit of time exploring them, and we've found some really unique aspects that set them apart
Okay.
from the usual online quizzes.
Nice.
So we're pulling our insights from an article called What Makes Our Personality Tests Special, right on their website.
Oh, interesting.
Get ready for some surprises.
I'm ready.
Okay, good.
It's refreshing to see a company just address this kind of question head on like that.
Right.
It really shows they're aware of the competition and they're confident in what they're offering.
Totally. They jump right in, comparing themselves to free tests and other paid tests.
Okay.
They lay out 7 key differences from free tests. Some of them are pretty standard, like thoughtful questions and getting varied results.
Right.
But here's where things get interesting.
Okay.
They emphasize the introspective nature of their answers.
Right. It's not just about checking boxes on a scale like agree or disagree.
Yeah.
The spiritual seek tests, they really encourage you to pause and reflect. And so you're providing richer, more qualitative answers, which leads to a much more personalized experience.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But does that personalized experience, end when you submit the test?
Not at all. They actually go a step further.
Okay.
They give these detailed email reports and even personalized certificates.
Oh, wow.
It's a nice touch, I think, that adds a sense of value
Yeah.
and accomplishment.
Almost like a little reward for taking the time to explore yourself.
Exactly. They even have these in-depth articles that delve deeper into the concepts
Cool.
explored in the tests.
Okay.
We'll circle back to those because they're a big part of what makes the spiritual seek stand out, I think.
Sounds intriguing.
Yeah.
Now, let's shift gears a little bit
Okay.
and see how these tests compare to other paid personality tests.
Oh.
Again, they highlight 8 key differences, and some are pretty common sense.
Sure.
Like a lower price point and the ability to retake the tests.
Right.
But then they use this phrase, all these features make our product semi-professional. What does that even mean?
That's the part that really caught my attention, too.
Right.
It's such a unique claim.
Yeah.
Essentially, they're saying that the main distinction from a fully professional test is the absence of a human administrator guiding the process.
So more flexibility, and you can take it at your own pace.
Precisely. And that raises an important question for you, the listener.
Oh, okay.
What kind of experience are you looking for?
Yeah.
Do you need that formal, controlled setting of a professionally administered test? Or are you drawn to a flexible, self-guided approach?
Right.
These tests offer the latter.
Okay, and here's something I didn't expect.
What's that?
They actually emphasize the fun factor, which isn't something you usually see in personality tests.
It's true. They seem to be recognizing that self-discovery doesn't have to be, serious
Right.
and clinical.
Yeah.
It can be engaging, even playful.
Yeah.
And that can make the whole experience more enjoyable and insightful.
Okay, so we've covered the broad strokes.
Right.
Now let's get specific.
Okay.
They offer a whole collection of tests,
Mm-hmm.
and each one has its own unique flavor.
This is where their commitment to variety really shines.
Yeah.
They're not just repackaging the same concepts over and over.
Right.
They're exploring different facets of personality and intelligence in these really creative ways.
Yeah, let's start with the awareness test.
Okay.
So they actually encourage you to try other awareness tests online first, just to see the difference.
Interesting.
And they suggest taking their test multiple times to explore all 7 possible profiles, which is pretty cool.
It's like they're challenging you to go beyond that surface-level understanding of yourself,
Yeah.
to really delve into the depths of your self-awareness.
Right. And then there's the awakening test, which they describe as the perfect companion to the awareness test.
Okay.
So it sounds like they're building a pathway
Yeah.
for deeper self-discovery.
I think that's a great way to put it. It's
Yeah.
like each test builds upon the previous one,
Mhm.
leading you on this journey of self-exploration.
Okay, next up is the Great Personality Test.
Okay.
It's got a whopping 65 in-depth questions, and they recommend taking it 3 times.
Oh, wow.
They explain that it has this self-calibrating feature that makes the results more accurate with each attempt.
Now, that's an intriguing concept.
Yeah.
It almost implies that the test itself is learning alongside you,
Right.
adapting to your evolving self-understanding.
Right, time for something completely different.
Okay.
The mental age test.
Okay.
Apparently, it's set up in this hilarious way, but delivers surprisingly serious
Okay.
and thought-provoking results,
Interesting.
all powered by something they call Personality HPT AI.
Personality HPTA.
Have you ever heard of that?
It's not a widely known term,
No.
but from what I gather, it's their proprietary artificial intelligence system,
Oh, okay.
specifically designed to analyze personality traits and patterns.
I see.
They use it in a few of their tests to add another layer of depth and insight.
So they're using AI to make the tests more fun and more insightful. That's pretty cool.
It is a pretty cool combination.
What's next on the list?
Let's talk about the logical intelligence test.
Okay.
This one doesn't have a strict time limit, but they do track your time.
Okay.
And the average completion time for their monthly ranking is around 20 minutes.
I see.
There are 35 questions that really put your logical thinking skills to the test.
Yeah, it's interesting that they provide that benchmark for the ranking. It gives you a sense of where you stand compared to others, but you can still take your time
Exactly.
with the questions.
It's a nice balance of challenge and flexibility.
Mm.
And speaking of balance, they also have the emotional intelligence test. This one dives into the nuances of your emotional reactions with 20 carefully crafted questions covering a wide range of situations
Yeah.
and feelings.
It's a good reminder that intelligence goes beyond just logic and reasoning, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Understanding and managing our emotions effectively is a crucial part of intelligence, too.
Absolutely. And for our younger listeners or
Yeah.
those who work with young people, there's the Youth Wisdom Test.
Oh, cool.
This one is designed for ages 9 to 15
Okay.
and uses mythology and AI commentary to assess maturity and general knowledge.
It's great that they're thinking about younger audiences and finding those creative ways to make learning fun and engaging.
Using mythology as a framework for exploring wisdom is a pretty cool concept.
I agree. It's a really clever way to tap into something familiar and relatable while still delivering those valuable insights.
Okay, for those who want like a quick personality snapshot, they have the quick MBTI test.
Yeah.
You can knock it out in under 3 minutes.
It's like a personality espresso shot.
Huh.
Quick, efficient, and still gives you a taste of your MBTI type.
And last but not least,
Okay.
there's the impossible quiz.
Oh, fun.
This one is designed to be a real challenge, but the reward is tempting. A 25% discount on their tests.
Wow.
Or even a free test if you conquer it.
It's a fun way to incentivize engagement.
Yeah.
And add a bit of gamification to the whole experience.
Right.
It's like they're saying, if you're up for a challenge, we'll reward you for your efforts.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
What are your initial thoughts?
What strikes me is just the sheer diversity of their tests.
Yeah.
It's clear they're not just catering to one type of person or one specific need.
Right.
You know, they're offering this buffet of options,
Yeah.
each designed to explore a different aspect of who we are.
They're basically saying, come on in, there's something here for everyone.
Exactly. And that leads us to another important point that the spiritual seek emphasizes. They really emphasize inclusivity in their approach.
Okay.
They make it clear that their tests are gender neutral and impartial,
Right.
steering clear of stereotypes and focusing on individual characteristics.
That's so important, especially with personality tests.
Yeah.
It's reassuring to know they've put thought into making these tests accessible
Right.
and relevant to everyone.
It ties back to their core mission of self-discovery.
Yeah.
They want these tests to be a tool for anyone, no matter their background,
Right.
to explore their unique identity and potential.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up,
Yeah.
we have to talk about that special offer they mentioned.
Okay.
7 tests for $21.99.
Wow.
That's a steal,
Yeah.
considering the depth and variety they offer.
It definitely seems like they're prioritizing affordability and accessibility.
Yeah.
They even mentioned coupon codes.
Oh, nice.
So there might be even more ways to save.
So, for you listening,
Yeah.
what's the bottom line?
Yeah.
Why should you care about these tests?
Right.
There are a ton of personality tests out there.
So many.
So what makes these different?
That's the million-dollar question. If you're just looking for a quick, surface-level personality assessment,
Right.
sure, those free quizzes can be fun. But if you're ready to go deeper, to truly invest in understanding yourself, the spiritual seek brings something different to the table.
They're not just giving you a score.
Right.
They're combining like introspective questions, detailed reports, fun elements, and a commitment to inclusivity
Yeah.
that creates an experience that's both insightful and engaging.
Exactly. And remember those in-depth articles we mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
That's another layer that really sets them apart.
Okay.
It's like they're providing a roadmap for further exploration.
It's almost like they're giving you a personalized guide
Right.
for your self-discovery journey.
Precisely. They're equipping you with the tools, the resources, and the encouragement to unlock your full potential.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the spiritual seek, we want to leave you with a question.
All right.
Which of these tests piqued your interest?
Yeah. What aspect of yourself are you most curious to explore?
We encourage you to visit their website,
Mm-hmm.
check out the descriptions of the different tests,
Right.
maybe even read a sample question or two, and see what resonates with you.
Self-discovery is a lifelong journey,
That's true.
and the spiritual seek might just be the perfect companion
Mm-hmm.
for your next adventure. And, for those who might be on the fence about diving in,
Yeah.
the spiritual seek has a little something extra
Oh,
to spark your curiosity.
you mean that impossible quiz?
Exactly.
It sounds like a fun challenge.
Yeah, it is.
And the reward, a 25% discount or a free test, is pretty enticing.
It definitely adds a playful element to the whole experience.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a good challenge? Especially when there's a reward.
Exactly. It's a clever way to encourage people to,
Yeah.
step outside their comfort zones and explore something new.
Remember, this is just a glimpse into what the spiritual seek offers.
Right.
Their website is full of additional information about each test,
Okay.
including sample questions, detailed descriptions of the different personality profiles you
Yeah.
can uncover, and those insightful articles we keep mentioning.
It's like a treasure trove
Yeah.
for anyone interested in self-discovery.
It is, and it sounds like they've put a lot of effort into making the experience engaging, insightful, and accessible.
Absolutely. We've given you the highlights, the key takeaways,
Right.
and hopefully pique your curiosity.
Yeah.
Now it's up to you to take the next step.
So go ahead, dive in, explore the spiritual seek, take a test or two,
Yeah.
and see where the journey leads you.
Right.
You might be surprised at what you discover about yourself along the way.
That's true.
And who knows, maybe you'll even conquer that impossible quiz.
Uh-huh. Maybe.
That's all the time we have for today's deep dive
Yeah.
into the spiritual seek.
Thanks for joining us.